Hello, this is Old School coming to you live and direct from Valrico, Florida. Broadcasting our little augmentation to our WhatTheBuck.net broadcast, which is broadcast live on Mondays and Thursday nights at 7 o'clock at www.whatthebuck.net. This week we have the Broncos. We're heading out to the Mile High Stadium there to face the Denver Broncos, who are 3-1 and looking pretty strong, looking unstoppable, in fact, until they ran into the juggernaut Kansas City Chiefs. Larry Johnson hung 180 plus on them, and they looked very, very human, which was interesting given the fact that they had been looking pretty darn stout in their previous contest before that. Now, the Broncos bring a high-powered offense with a ton of weapons in the passing game. Jay Cutler looks tremendous. Eddie Royal and Brandon Marshall are both monsters. Scheffler is no slouch either, and Brandon Stokely has caught a couple touchdown passes in his day as well. The force or the onus is going to be this week on the Buccaneers the same as it was against Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers. It's going to be to get pressure on the passer. If we can do that and keep Cutler from getting comfortable and being able to make his reads and progressions and get the ball out to his big horses on the in the receiving core, then the Bucs should do fine on the defensive side of the ball. The running game of the Broncos, historically a strong point for Shanahan coach teams. I mean, they can put any guy in the backfield seemingly and produce a 1,000-yard back. Isn't particularly frightening given the backs that we face and be able to shut down. It does look like on the injury front that Andre Hall is going to be able to go, but really the running game is going to be more interesting to look at from our perspective from the Bucs side. The Chiefs led with their running game, and the running game is what gave them their victory last week. We're hoping to see a lot of activity for Ernest Graham and Warrick Dunn, both of them, that sort of thunder and lightning set that we've got going on here. Expect both of them to get 15 to 18 touches, and hopefully see the offensive line really start to entrench themselves and drive the Kansas City Chiefs defense, which has been very porous against the run, back. Now, we may or may not see Davin Joseph coming back off of injury. We're all, sitting here with bated breath, looking forward to Davin's return. Though Jeremy Zuta has done a great job in his absence, that line does get markedly better in the run, certainly, with Davin Joseph in the lineup. Now, Brian Griese is going back to the team that drafted him. Third round pick by the Broncos. He still holds a number of team records for the Denver Broncos. We're on his welcome there, and he's been around the league now since then. But for us, he's 9-1 as a starter, 8-1 as a starter over his last 9 starts for the Bucs, and he's undefeated this year. We expect to see him have an opportunity to sling the ball around once our running game starts to work, which we hope it does, obviously. That should force the Broncos to bring another man into the box. That should allow Brian Griese to work the crossing routes to our tight ends, and hopefully we'll see Antonio Bryant have another big day. So that's sort of the look ahead to the Broncos. As far as injury news, Dumerville's probable this week for the Broncos, and Royals looking to try and notch up another 100-yard game. Our secondary has been suspect. Rondé Barber explicitly and specifically has been suspect. Hopefully we'll get some cleats that will keep him on his feet, and hopefully our safeties will end up having a big game. Now, from a predictions perspective, we got a couple predictions from the staff here at WhatTheBuck.net. My prediction is a Bucs victory, 24-17. I expect to see a big game by Warrick Dunn because I think they're going to be keying in on Ernest Graham a little bit. I think Dunn's scat back capabilities are going to provide him a chance to really make a big impact in this game. And I expect to see Tannard Jackson, who's been sort of invisible this year after having a great year last year, step up and provide some of that over-the-top help in our Tampa 2 when we are in that set. And I expect him to introduce himself in a not-so-friendly way to some of these receivers from the Denver Broncos. So some brief keys to the game. Get to Cutler, obviously. We've got to be able to do this. The game plan ends up looking the same every week. Our front four has been rabid recently. They need to continue that sort of ferocious approach. Gaines Adams, Greg White off the edge, Jimmy Dynamite Wilkerson in the middle need to do their job. Ryan Clady, who's a rookie, predicting the blind side of James Cutler, has been phenomenal, but he is a rookie, so hopefully we can get him rattled a little bit. We do need to exploit that Broncos porous run defense and get our horses running, and we need to create some turnovers. Denver is prone to fumbling, it would appear. Our defense should be able to take advantage of that, and hopefully the defense can put some more points on the board. That's a brief lead into the Broncos game this week. Hopefully we will see you guys after the game. We're hoping the Bucs can pull off another victory, and we'll see you live Monday night at www.whatthebuck.net. Love to hear your comments. Take care.